Domelice's is a local, uptown poor boy shop that's been in the family. This is for 3 generations.
We totally have no control over customers. One day, we were here, pouring down rain and lightning, and the line went out the door, a diagonal across the street, and so I walked out and I said, y'all, you cannot die for a poor boy. Please get into the building right now. And ever since then, we put up a sign that says, if there's a long line, please come in, take a number, and come on in.
My grandfather started the business back in the early 1900s. My dad took over when he came back from World War II.
Eventually, Miss Domelice, Dot Domelice, took over the poor boy shop and ran that until her death. Well, she loved Domelice's and she loved her customers. Her customers were extremely important to her.
If she wanted to give sandwiches away, she gave sandwiches away. If she wanted to do whatever she wanted to do. And that was just her. That was her personality.
She went to their weddings, she went to their children's birthdays, she went to their graduations and their parties, she went to everything, and she would invite them, come on in and sit down, and they would talk. And I still have customers who come in and say, oh yeah, I went in that house many a time and talked to Dot, and how pleasant and how friendly and how loving she was.
She was such an icon around here. She was really loved in the city. She had a large following, both locally as well as nationally.
We've had many of our employees who've been with us for quite some time. Ray is the gentleman who is really well known. He was our bartender for 45 years. And he still works here now. He's been with us for 48, almost 49 years. And he works here 7 days a week, always has worked 7 days a week.
Oh, I lived right across the street, and I knew Ms. Domelice. And the place I was working for went out of business. And I knew she could use another bartender during the day. I just decided to stay, I guess.
People come ask for him all the time, and he rides his bike here every day. If it's raining, maybe I will go pick him up or somebody else, but he'll be here. He will definitely be here. He is the most dependable person. He will do anything at all. They say that you cannot get the poor boy bread any place other than New Orleans, and that's why it has to be New Orleans. That bread has to be very light, a very thin, crispy crust, and on the inside it's very, very light and very delicate. Sometimes a customer will come in and say something about the bun. Oh no, it's not a bun. When they eat, it should be a mess because that crust kind of pops off when they eat. Someplace else it'll be a hoagie. Not good. Occasionally, very rarely, fortunately, we will get a negative review online, and it crushes me. It really hurts. To see them, how they put so much effort to get everything right, down to cutting, the way they cut the bread, the way they dress the sandwich, the way they fry. It really, they are meticulous about the way they do. Everything's got to be right.
What's your favorite po' boy here?
Shrimp and oyster, dressed.
My favorite is the roast beef.
Oyster po' boy.
Fried shrimp.
What are you gonna get today?
Fried shrimp.
Roast beef every time.
Po' boy. Yeah, I like the fried shrimp.
I get the shrimp with all the mustard sauces, whatever they do.
Roast beef.
Shrimp dressed all the way, roast beef gravy, American cheese, then the shrimp, then chili sauce, then shredded cheddar.
And people just enjoy coming here, and the food is very good. It stays the same. We try to keep the place as much as it possibly has been, it's been around for 100 years.
You couldn't change, Ms. Dot, you could not change anything. She did not like when we put in the computers. Not at all. She said the customers don't like that. She really meant she didn't like that.
People love to come here because we haven't changed any of the character, any of the flavor, any of the ambiance of the place since the early 60s. Bar, old tables. I'm 70 and I'm almost sure that the tables that we're sitting at, as well as the bar stools, are probably my age.
We have customers all the time who come in and they'll say, wow, it's exactly the same. I graduated from Tulane 40 years ago, and it's exactly the same. And one good thing too, they'll always say, and the po' boy is exactly the same. It tastes the same. Sometimes they'll say, I was so worried that it was going to be different, and it's not.
People insist that none of this changes. You can see the tile floors and worn out and cement showing, but it's just, part of what people expect. It just sort of melts into that character of what the city's all about. I think Anomalies is part of the culture and part of the heritage. It's naturally New Orleans. If you've heard that term and that slang phrase before, it just sort of melts into that character of what the city's all about.